What is happening, guys? It's your main man, Matt, from the DFS 5-pack. I'm here with my main man, DFS Patriot. What's happening, bro?
What's going on? Last day of quarantine for me, so I get to go out in the real world again tomorrow. I'm excited to get back out in the real world, but at the same time, it sucks not being able to sleep in and do what I want to do.
Yeah, I get that. You'll have that dose of reality, but I'm sure it will feel good getting back to your routine.
Mm-hmm.
On that note, I'm just going to make one video again, free to the public, a members-only video, because it's your last day of the week. We're going to try to make a video Thursday because it's only 2 games, but tomorrow I shall be on my own probably, and it's a big slate, so look forward to that. We got a big slate tonight. It's weird. Tuesday nights are usually small, but with Monday night being small last night, we got a big boy tonight. I'm excited to break this down to you. It's with you. Seems like a pretty easy one for a big slate just because studs and then all the New Orleans value.
Yeah, if we made this video 2 hours ago, we would have had to redo the whole damn thing because, that value came out all at once.
And that might happen again. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Who knows? It's the NBA these days. There's 18 teams in play. Never know what news you're going to get, so always be prepared for it. Yep. It just is what it is. Before we hop into the slate, shout out our promoters. Nothing's changed. When you sign up and join Jazz Sports, you get a no-risk wager up to $1,000. That's $1K back if your first wager is graded a loss. You just really can't beat that. Check them out. The promo code is 5-pack. The link will be in the description section. And then Loose Lines, an affiliate of Jazz Sports. They offer really good lines and reduced odds over there. Tons of cool perks, reduced juice, a lot of cool things going over at Loose Lines. So, again, I encourage everyone to check it out. The links for both will be in the description section, and the promo codes are 5-pack. So, again, we got 9 games to talk about. You got DK pulled up?
Yes, sir.
All right, sweet. Let's get it.
All right. It should be up now. So, first is Denver-Detroit. So, for Denver, Murray's out, obviously Porter's out. Barton is questionable out. Probable, just kidding.
Okay.
And then Jeff Green is Uncle Jeff. Quadricep, he must have been working out. Doesn't this game just scream blowout too?
It does. Jokic is always in play. I don't think he's a priority with Harden and LeBron, but he's expensive, but he should smash here.
Who the hell's going to stop him?
Right?
Isaiah Stewart.
And it's I'm out, I get it. The blowout concern is real, but if they're blowing them out, Jokic probably has
he goes bananas.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. If they do it, it's going to be because of him.
Right, exactly. Now maybe you get the one game. The thing is, Detroit's so bad that Aaron Gordon could potentially have a great game and would take away from him. But I don't know. I still think Jokic is in play if you can get there. Just other studs we like a lot.
Yeah, he's going to be super low owned, especially the other studs in play. So
he's going to be super low owned also because you got Jackson Hayes, etc.
Right. You got a whole lot. Once we get to that New Orleans game, we'll get there. But yeah,
But just
position, Yeah, exactly. The other thing is too. I didn't realize they just played them 2 days ago, so it's a home and home.
Yeah, it is. I never liked that, but that game was pretty close.
Surprisingly close to me.
Surprisingly close, and Jokic did his thing. Nothing he can't do again. That's a normal Jokic game as far as I'm concerned.
Oh yeah, and he's 1 rebound, 2 assists away from a triple-double and the bonuses.
Yeah, that's basically right at his average points per game for the year. 60, he had 62.
Right, so exactly.
So yeah, he's always in play. The other great studs on this slate, though.
That's it. All right, so next on the other side is the Detroit side of this game.
Nothing here.
No, I'm not paying for Cade Cunningham. He would be the only one, but he is so pricey.
He finally had a good game, of course, after I was on him when he sucked.
Yeah, I went back to him on that after he absolutely annihilated all of our feelings against Sacramento.
Yeah, God. And the game they won, 133-131. Dude had 14 DK points in 21 minutes. And then he balled in Utah.
Right.
Frustrating.
Yeah. Yep. So, anyways, so next game is Clippers and Washington. Clippers, obviously, the usuals are out for them.
Yeah, honestly, there's so much this slate is so easy to break down, just in the sense that like there's studs you want, and then there's really cheap value. These guys just don't really have value on this slate. The Clippers guys nor the Wizards guys. Now, crazy things can happen. This game could go to OT. This game could be much more high scoring than people expect. You know, Marcus Morris or Bradley Beal could, you know, go nuts and have a 40 or 50 spot. But like, as optimal plays, these guys are way down the list.
Wow. Sorry, not to be off topic. Sean Payton just resigned.
That's not that shocking.
No, but when it's official, it's like that shock factor.
I like Sean Payton a lot. So
me too. I mean, like, he's one of those guys that, like, you know, obviously we have Belichick, so like there's nothing I'm ever going to say about coaching. Right. But like, if we didn't have Belichick, like, Sean Payton would be the guy I'd want.
Yeah, fair enough.
So yeah. So in regards to this, sorry. Yeah, I mean, this is just a game that I probably won't touch. Again, I probably won't touch the first two games here.
Same, might not even touch the next game, but we'll get there.
Yeah, so next game, so the Charlotte side, if we start with Charlotte, Hayward is questionable. I feel like they said he was closer to doubtful.
He missed last game.
Right. I mean, knowing him from Boston, if it's the foot, the leg area, they're like extra precautious of him now because of that whole vomit session that was his first game in Boston.
Yeah, they got so many guys, like,
right.
I don't know. PJ Washington priced up, Oubre back. All these guys get a boost if Hayward's out. But the matchup here is not even great for them. It's great for Toronto.
I was going to say it's great for the other side of this game.
Right, and I don't even love Toronto based on how this slate plays out.
Right, now I don't. I mean, like,
LaMelo is always in play from Charlotte, and Rozier's been playing well. So those guys, like, if you want to play them, do your thing. But they're not priorities for me tonight.
Especially not with all the value in the next game after this.
Exactly.
The Toronto side, I mean, I do like Van Vliet because he's playing every second of every game in a pace-up spot for them. So I know he's pricey at 91, but I mean, the guy's been playing good ball. I mean, you know, it's going to be a tight game, competitive game.
That is the thing to like about Toronto, is that these guys play massive minutes.
Mm-hmm. I mean, look at his last 5 games. Average of 40 minutes a game. Like, that is insane. And he has done nothing special that he probably can't replicate.
No, I agree with you. I mean, Siakam also, I feel similar.
Right. Yep, absolutely. I mean, I think I could get on board, really, you know, if this, you know, they're not priorities, but they're leftovers in a spot where, like, if you wanted to get different on the slate, you know, because, I mean, we'll talk about, obviously, the studs in the 7:30 game and the value in the next game. But, like, if you went, like, a Van Vliet, Siakam, and then ran it back with LaMelo, then filled in value, like, that's going to be different than a lot of people.
Agreed, and I don't hate it. I'm with you.
No. Yeah, so, I mean, again, not my first, like, if I'm making one lineup, I'm absolutely not doing that. But, if you're running tournaments, I think it could be a good play.
For sure.
Anyone else from the Toronto side, or you?
No, I'm good.
Sweet. All right, here we go. Value Central. Zion, Ingram, Valanciunas, Hart, Graham, and that's it. Yeah. So they're starting 5 out.
Is who's like Kyra Lewis, who would loom here if you were in.
Yep. Yeah, and he's done though. He's out.
So
I mean, Herb Jones.
Guys, I'm looking at as like locks are Herbert Jones, Alexander Walker, Jackson Hayes, Alvarado.
Alvarado been playing good ball when he gets minutes.
Yeah, I mean, he's scrappy, like.
But I mean, like, when he gets, I mean, he does a little of everything for a sense of the point guard. You know, like, game they played 20 minutes. He plays decent for when he plays. You know, averaging close to a fantasy point per minute.
Yeah, he's probably at like 0.8, which isn't awful. It just depends on how many minutes he's going to play. I
mean, if he starts, I feel like he's a great play.
Agreed.
And luckily, they are 7:00 tip-off, so we're going to know this before lock.
Yeah, he's in play regardless. If he starts, he's a lock. I mean, him, Alexander Walker, and Hayes are locks for me, just at their prices.
Yeah, I mean, 3,100 for him. Like, we know this guy's a jumping beam when he gets minutes on the floor.
Yeah, he's a prototypical, like, JaVale McGee type.
Right. Without the asthma.
Yeah, exactly. But you just lock him in, Alexander Walker, and who is the other guy? Yeah, well, I like Jones a lot, but I would say Alexander Walker, Alvarado, if he starts, and Hayes are the priorities.
So, like, for me, like, if we get the starting lineup, say that it looks like Alvarado, Jones, Hayes, and say Temple, I might start a lineup like this.
I have no issues with that. I mean, I think you're going to be fighting with a lot of people on a 9-game slate. I hate that, but optimally, I think that works. And in cash games, I think that is where you go.
Yeah, because I mean, think about it. Then you get yourselves the Bronze, you get yourself the Harden, you get like.
Well, you get Braun and Harden.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you get Braun, Harden, and then you still have like 9,000. Like, you could get a Van Vliet.
If you can get a Van Vliet there, I like that a lot.
I'm just gonna check real quick because I mean it's only the guys up top, so it's fine. So Harden. So is Nikhil only point guard?
I doubt it. But
Okay,
you also have Temple, who you could put at small forward.
Well, that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to move it real quick. Sorry, guys. Now we're mid video here, but when you get excited about certain things, you just kind of have to ride the wave.
Everyone's going to be excited about this, though.
I know. Let's see. Small forward. Temple. I mean, dude, you have 95. You can go Towns. You can go Van Vliet. Like, you can upgrade Temple. If you don't want to play Temple, you still have leftovers.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, you could definitely take one of those guys out.
Right, like, okay, I mean, again, we'll get back to it in a second, but, like, 37, I mean, yeah, I mean, you can play with some things. That's all I'm saying.
And also, like, this is maybe where, like, if everyone goes Harden, LeBron, like, maybe you go Jokic and freaking Dejounte Murray.
Right.
You know what I'm just saying? Like,
right, like, yeah.
Or maybe you go Luka, Steph.
Right, like, because no one's going to be on them. They're going to – and you get the late night hammer, so it's just double low.
And then all of a sudden, like, if the Lakers blow out or whatever it is, you know what I mean?
Which, I mean, it's still possible. Like, it's still very possible that the Lakers get blown out because they flat out suck.
Yeah, you could definitely upgrade one of those guys too, but it just seems too easy, man. So that's why a lot of these other games are just like out of play. Now there are other guys I like. Like we're about to get to one in the next game.
Yep.
Oh, what about Philly?
Philly. So I think Philly, you got to look. So there's no Curry. There's obviously no Simmons, no Shake Milton. Thibault's questionable. I mean, I think you got to look at a Korkmaz and Maxey. I think Korkmaz more so. He's going to be playing 30 minutes. He'll start. Obviously, New Orleans does not play like a defense. I mean, look at the last two games with Curry's been out. 37, 39 minutes at 4,500. I mean, granted, he doesn't do much with it, but.
Yeah, he's definitely in play. I don't know if I get to him in like this build today, but he pops as far as a points per dollar guy for sure.
Yeah.
Then the other guy for me is Tobias Harris, who I called out a little bit ago. He's got 3 straight good games. And he's still 7,400 in a really good spot now.
Mm-hmm. Now, are you afraid of Hayes getting into foul trouble covering Embiid?
Definitely. And then like Hernan Gomez, who I think is already in play, more expensive than Hayes, is really sneaky.
Right. I mean, do you think they start Hernan Gomez and then bring Hayes off the bench?
Neither of them can handle Embiid. Embiid's going to smash.
I have a terrible feeling this is going to be one of those random Embiid sit games.
It could be, but if he plays, he's going to go off. And I don't mind using him with all these New Orleans guys.
Right, like run it back with him.
Because, like, if you're using all these New Orleans guys, like, yeah, they're going to have to play in blowouts, but, like, you kind of need them to play at least decent. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, I don't know. If you could get LeBron, Harden, and Embiid, like that's maybe where I'd take out Jones. Because what if I could get like LeBron, Harden, Embiid? Oh, I still couldn't do it.
Yeah, it'd be just far enough off, right?
Just far enough off. You'd have to take out Temple and go 2-3K guys, which is difficult.
Yeah. So I mean, all right. Moving on to Sacktown against my Celtics. Fox is still questionable with that, whatever the hell that injury he's got going on, and so is Jones.
Yeah, man.
Do you like Jones if he's out? Or Davis, I mean? I don't know why I said Jones.
Davis and Halliburton.
Yeah. Yeah.
Davis is really good.
Oh, yeah.
3 guys for Sacramento. Davis, and if Fox is out. I like the first 2 only if Fox is out. The last one, regardless. Davis, Halliburton, then Rashawn Holmes.
Rashawn Holmes. Is he playing tonight?
Rashawn Holmes has played the past 2 games. His minutes have gone up. Finally, played well the last game. Played 28 and 24 minutes last 2 games. He's cheap for who he is.
Mm-hmm. I can get on board with that.
It's tough because he's only center eligible, but still, he's a good value.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think, yeah, you look at Halliburton. Obviously, you look at Davis if Fox is out. Yeah, I mean, I have no issue with Holmes at all. Probably not where I end up in a tournament. I can totally see him.
The other guy that's been playing decent ball is Harrison Barnes. Now, it's not a great spot for them, and I'm not excited about Sacramento, but
yeah,
Barnes has picked his game up again. He's so weird in that regard. Where I don't know. I'm not using him here, so kind of a waste of time.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see myself. But on the Boston side, they took away his power forward eligibility. I was gonna say Time Lord might destroy. I love this kid.
I know.
Oh my God, he is just. You know what it is? He just doesn't. He hasn't been playing good the past couple of games, but he doesn't demand the ball, and he still does all these little things. He was pissed after the Portland game because he missed an easy tip back at the end when they were down by 2. And he in his press conference, he was bullshit, that he missed it. It was I could have tipped it in for Christ's sake. It was so easy. But he was pissed about it. And I was like, oh dude. I was like, you got oh my God. So I don't know. I just love him
too. I just don't think he's a great DFS play on this slate.
Yeah. Yeah, no, not in this slate. I don't think so. But again, tournament, he could absolutely put a 50 spot tonight against Sacramento.
I agree with that.
So
I agree with that. So in tournaments, I don't think he's a bad play at all. He never is.
No, in tournaments, because he's got his floor's around 25, but then he could get you upwards of 50.
Yeah, Sacramento sucks. So
right. But the Celtics don't blow anyone out, and they keep everyone in the game, and then they give up. So
yeah, right.
The frustration that is.
That's what also makes me kind of like Davis if Fox is out.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
A lot of early games tonight.
Yeah, which is good. Last night I felt with the late news with Utah, you were able to get some leverage for those guys that don't pay attention.
For sure, no doubt.
So the Lakers, AD is questionable. Is he actually going to play, or is Glassman going to? He's probable.
Oh yeah. So
Jesus, they might blow them out then.
They might. Who knows? Really blow out?
Lakers don't blow anyone. So
yeah, it takes. LeBron's my favorite, but man, even with LeBron now, he's less in play.
Right, because now that I thought AD was hard questionable, he's going to pull an AD and be ruled out. But now that he's probable.
LeBron has said multiple times recently he's in the best offensive zone of his career, or one of them. And I don't know how much AD we'll see here. So I like LeBron. He is playing good ball right now.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
The peripherals aren't amazing, but he's scoring at a really high clip. He's shooting very efficiently. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I like him a lot here. Less so now that Davis is in, and you got to kind of really be picky on this slate. So
right.
Now I don't know if I like him over Embiid.
Yeah, it's definitely. I probably still would, because my guess is that's probably a primetime game.
Oh yeah.
So him and Harden going back into him and Harden just a old school battle.
Thing is, then you got Westbrook and Davis though.
Westbrook is so washed, it's disgusting.
But those guys that he doesn't think he's washed.
That's the worst part. When homeboys hit the top of the backboard on bank shots, I'm like, bro, you need to give it up. What are you doing?
It's sad.
Yeah. You see that there was a report that the only team that would have any interest in him was the Rockets.
Yeah, I did see that. And they don't even have any interest in playing him.
Right.
That's sad.
Yeah, he just fell off real quick.
Yep. He is playing okay right now, though. I'll say that.
Yeah, he's playing fine now. He's not playing.
Look at his price tag.
I know, for 8,300, who would have thought? Who would have
Right?
thought we would have been there with AD in the situation? I mean,
If
with Westbrook in the
Davis
situation.
weren't in, I'd like
Oh,
it.
God. If Davis wasn't in, I think I'd contemplate going Westy, LeBron, Harden.
I still don't think you're crazy to do that.
I just like Van Vliet so much more for 800 more.
I get that. It is crazy that Van Vliet's now 800 more, though.
Remember those days when it was
Deservedly
Lowry and
so,
PER with it? Right. I was say those days when Van Vliet was 4,800 and then Lowry get ruled out and everyone would flock to him.
Oh, yeah, God.
Oh, God. Those were the days.
Yes, they were.
All right, other side of this game is Brooklyn. So you have no KD, you have no Kyrie. Claxton's questionable. Harris is out. I mean, Harden.
Harden, yes. And then what about Cam Thomas?
Yeah, he's been playing good ball. 3,800 too is a nice little number. But he hasn't been playing big, which is weird.
Yeah, but those were all road games with Kyrie.
Oh, true. I forgot that stupid rule with Kyrie. So yeah, so we're looking more like here.
Yeah,
33
exactly.
to 35. Oh, well
And
played.
now
I would have
KD's
totally
out, too.
glanced over that. Right. I would have totally glanced over that. Nice call.
So I like Cam Thomas a lot here. He's almost on point with the New Orleans value. I think the New Orleans value is a lot safer because they're going to play more minutes, but I don't think they have any more upside.
I mean, yeah, look at the home games. 35, 33, 30, 28. Okay, so that's a lot of minutes. That's good
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly. I'm a fan, so he's definitely on my short list in a game that should have a lot of points.
Yep. And then I mean that's probably it for me from this game.
That is it for me.
Yeah. All right. Next is San Antonio. They have an entire healthy roster.
This is a tricky one. This is like Toronto for me. They're healthy and they're not value plays, but they're in a great spot and they're not too expensive. Deontay Murray should be 10K because if he were 9K, he'd be the chalkiest player on the slate.
God, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely.
So he's definitely in play here as an alternative to Harden, LeBron, Embiid. He's right in there.
Right, for sure. Yeah, I mean, he does a little of everything, and he's a stud. I told you I would trade Jaylen Brown for him in a second, straight up.
He is a stud. He does take a little bit of a usage hit with Derek White back, so.
Yeah, but look at the efficiency elsewhere.
Right. No. I'm just saying, if you want to make a case against him in a loaded state.
That's crazy, though. He's almost had a triple-double in 3 straight games. He was 1 rebound away.
He's amazing. I've always really liked him. He's so good.
Yeah, dude. And the worst part, he's in San Antonio, so he just kind of
they
there.
Stink too.
They're so bad. They're it's not your your parents' pops teams.
Not even close.
So, yeah. All right. Houston side. So obviously no John Wall. We haven't seen John Wall since 2017. So I mean, I don't mind Christian Wood as a attorney flyer, but I'm not playing him with the other value that we have.
Honestly, I don't think I'd play him over Podol on the other side here.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't even talk about Podol and Vassell.
Yep, there's Podol right there.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm never in love with Podol, but check the game log, dude, and he's in a great spot again.
He's just one of those guys who just quietly does everything he needs to do to,
Here's what I'll say. He's got 37 plus in 4 straight, big 50 in 2 of those games, and his price is down.
Yeah, that's. I got to figure out the logic on that one.
Right? So, yeah, I guess that is why San Antonio's popping. They're priced down a little bit. I was looking at Murray at 10K price where he should be Podol, Derek White at 6K.
Yeah.
Sell at 42. Keldon Johnson's back to 5K flat, and they're in a crush spot against Houston.
Yeah, that doesn't make a hell of a lot of sense to me, but you know what? It's so hard now.
If it were, you mean because of New Orleans?
Yeah.
Yeah, if it were a different slate, these guys would be locks. But now they're not as good a value as the New Orleans guys because the New Orleans guys are in even better spots and they're cheaper.
Right.
Not a better spot on paper against Philly, but just because they have so many less bodies.
Right. You have 9 dudes, and 5 of them have to be in the court at all times. Like,
Yeah. All right. Moving on.
Dallas. So Dallas.
And I know I said something about Luka and Steph, and I get that. I mean, these guys are amazing. Luka's actually playing good ball, but Dallas plays at such a slow pace.
So does Golden State, really, though.
Yeah, I mean, I don't love this game from a DFS perspective at all.
No, I think this is a more good watch game.
Same. Now, the case is like Curry and Luka in a close game, but honestly, from a DFS perspective, the last game looks a lot better.
Yes, I would agree with that. Yeah, I don't mind taking flyers on pieces from this game, but I'm not looking specifically at anyone. Is this a Clay in game or is this a Clay out game?
I don't know.
He's questionable. That makes me nervous. If his knee is the reason he's questionable, you gotta think he's gonna sit, right?
He hasn't played in a couple games, right?
Well, he didn't play Monday.
Okay, so I don't know.
I mean, again, not like a game I'm touching, but it could open some late night value if you play the later slates.
Yeah, it could definitely open some late night value. Although, who do you really want there?
Is this a glove, a mitten?
No.
Like, I mean, if he
with all the other value, like.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Without the value, no. But I'm saying if you're playing the 2-game late,
then yes.
That's what I'm saying. God, no, I wouldn't touch him with a 10-foot pole with the other value.
Then like Looney, also. I mean, a bunch of guys. Although I still think I would stack the last game.
Yeah, the last game that should be 0 defense.
This game's stackable too because no one's a crazy expensive except Towns is pricey.
Yeah, but even if you skip out on Towns,
right?
And if you go like Russell, Edwards, McCollum.
Simons.
Right, Simons too. Right, yep. Like, yeah.
Simons' price has fallen a little bit. Coming off another really good game. Like, he's obviously not as good with McCollum in, but I don't know.
But he's still very serviceable.
McCollum's been in for all these games. He struggled in McCollum's first game back in Orlando with a ton of family in attendance.
Yep.
And he balled against Miami. At this price when he was fine against Boston, like, now in a great matchup. Those 4, McCollum, Simons, Russell, Edwards, I like a lot.
Right. You could stack that easily.
Instead of like spending up on LeBron and Harden, you could use like those 4 and then like 4 of the New Orleans guys.
Right. I mean, I like even like if I'm stacking this game, like even like Nurk he's pricey for who he is, but like he's been playing good ball. I mean, not the last game, but like the 4 before that, like he has been crushing the salary at hand. And he had a salary decrease here, so
no doubt about that. I know Edwards like got a little bit hurt.
Yeah, he's playing. They've already ruled him in.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I saw that. The one thing I will say, McCollum, Russell, and Simons are all guards, and with Alvarado and Alexander Walker, that's a problem.
Yeah, that's although they all have.
Right, but you can only play 4 of them total.
Yeah, shit. Yeah,
so that's
tough. Unless Alvarado doesn't start and you don't play him.
Right, and you can still make it really work with like just Alexander Walker and Hayes, especially if you're not spending up. I like that build a lot.
Yeah. I think you just start with the New Orleans pieces, then you just figure out the value around it.
Agreed, depending on who's starting. And I don't mind the mid-tier build either. Like, let's do a build right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it. I mean, we already talked about like the LeBron Harden build, so here's a little bit of a different one.
Yep.
Give me Russell. And this is if Alvarado's not starting. But obviously, Alvarado's – who are they going to start? Let's talk about this.
They're going to start
Herb Jones. And a center.
Temple. Center, either Hernan Gomez or Hayes.
Right, so that's 4.
And then who the hell else is – let's see. Hold on here. So, I mean, for Alvarado? Guards, they don't have any other guards.
Is it just Is it just Alvarado?
It might be, or do they start like a Satoransky?
He's like been he like hasn't been playing.
Oh, I'm just saying I don't know.
If they need to start a guard, it's Alvarado.
Right, or unless they put Walker at the point, Temple
Right.
at the shooting guard, and then you put like a
Herb
Gary
Jones at the
Clark.
3, and then start like another big guy.
Right, like unless they, they're like a Gary Clark type, just get in there and run around.
Right, which could happen. I think they're going to start Alvarado, though, so I'm going to actually put him in my build. So take Russell out and go Alvarado and Alexander Walker.
Alvarado, Alexander Walker.
Now I'm going to go Edwards, Tobias Harris, Jackson Hayes, Russell, McCollum, there ain't nothing there is the problem. So
you drop. Well, no, you said you liked Harris.
yeah, but I could easily get off Harris, like
right,
to anything.
So I think that's probably your pivot point, right?
Or one of the guards, because
unless what if you jumped off Russell, McCollum at guard, and then played like a Towns?
I had to say, just it makes so much sense to use even more New Orleans.
Yeah, that too.
You know what I mean? Like Herbert Jones and Temple.
Right.
But then you're like forced onto the same build. You're just choosing between cars. Do you know what I mean?
Right. And like a cash game, that's fine. Like you whatever, but like tournament, you're gonna have to be a little different somewhere else.
Right. Because you're not gonna win like that, and all of a sudden you're not gonna cash if like the New Orleans guys done.
Right.
There's just really no upside in that, in my opinion.
Right.
It does seem like more of a cash slate, to be honest.
Yeah, because you just start off with the easy, and then you just fill in the 3 pieces.
If you take out Edwards, Harris, Russell, and McCollum, I think this is like the type of build we've been talking about the whole time, and then throw in Temple and Herbert Jones.
Yep.
And you're just going with their starting lineup.
Right.
And then whether you go Harden, LeBron, 9,900 guy, or you go Westbrook. You don't even need Westbrook's too cheap here. This build really caps you in just the sense of like you're not using any mid tier.
Right, like you use a Jokic, like Jokic Harden, who's 81. Like, no, thank you on Kuzma. But like, you could go to an Edwards there, or
right, or you could go LeBron instead of Harden, or you could go Embiid instead of Jokic.
Right, there's just so many things that you can, like 87 guard or forward, like that's LaMelo, which again because LeBron would go down to forward and LaMelo would fit in there.
See, I have no issues with that.
No, I don't either.
It's getting a little bit different. Like all of a sudden, if LaMelo outscores Harden, because like Jokic is not going to be that high owned today, I don't think.
I don't think he's going to be owned really at all.
Because of the center spots and people want Harden. Fading Harden might be the way to go if you're playing all the New Orleans guys in tournaments.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not that you have to, because he's a great play.
But if you went like a Murray here, and then LeBron would get you 100 away from Embiid. Naturally. Like 100 away. Which, again, you could jump off like a Gary Temple type and find a 3,200.
Yeah. Definitely a little bit of a tricky one.
Yeah. I think my first drop off from the New Orleans side is going to be Temple.
Same, definitely Temple for me.
Like just to get different somewhere.
We didn't even talk about in the builds, Korkmaz, Patty Mills, Cam Thomas.
Right.
Like these guys are getting love. I'm reading ownership right now, and it's a little bit surprising. Derek White, Podol, Keldon Johnson, Korkmaz, Siakam, Alexander Walker. I don't really get this, why the New Orleans guys aren't at the way top.
Yeah, it doesn't make much sense at all.
Yeah. Hold on. It must not have been updated.
I would say has it updated, yeah.
Yeah, no. Okay, now Alexander Walker, Alvarado, Hayes, Siakam, Murray, Harden.
Siakam, Murray, Harden. So let's play some funky.
I think Harden's higher owned than that.
Yeah, dude. Harden's gonna be way owned, I feel like.
Yeah, same. Who's not playing Harden tonight?
Yeah, right. What if you do? Let's see who's this 59. Yeah, I don't know. Because even if you did that,
right when we started making this video, Fred VanVleet questionable.
You're shitting me.
I swear.
Yep.
There it is with the NBA.
There it is.
We're already at a point now where if like a couple more things fall, it just becomes a shit show.
Right. There's too much value then.
Already.
Well, that's what I mean. So okay, so let's think about this. If he's ruled out, right? Because now you have to think about this too. Who gets the bump?
I don't think there's like a huge bump without VanVleet because like who's it going to be? They don't have another guy that's like going to eat that usage. I don't think.
Right, but who's going to bring the ball up is my question.
They might have like a Banton or like a. It makes me like Siakam more.
It makes me kind of like Scotty Barnes more.
Yeah, I don't mind that either. But on this slate, not a must.
No, God, no. None of that. None of them are.
No.
But, I mean, this is exactly what we're talking about. Like, you just got to be on top of it.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Oh, man. Well, such is life on the NBA. That's all I got. You got anything else?
No, that is it.
All right, sweet. Well, again, your last day for a couple days. We'll be back on here Thursday. So as always, appreciate you and appreciate you guys. If you want more info, more content, go check out the DFS 5-pack. We'd love to have you. Follow both of us on Twitter. And yeah, thanks again, guys. See ya tomorrow.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.